What's your favorite pose? Which one do you like to see your favorite muscle star doing? Is it the double bicep, the lat spread, the infamous crab, or perhaps you prefer the more ethereal Zane type poses with arms overhead, open hands pleating? Not me. I've always gone in for the simplest pose of all, the pose of repose, i.e. standing relaxed. I'll never forget the first time I saw the Leo Stern series of photos taken of Bill Pearl in relaxed positions. The most striking thing about these photos, whether they were taken from the front, side, or yes, even the back, was Pearl's ham hock of a tricep. I mean, there was no hiding it. Whatever the angle of vision, his triceps were so imposing. Impressive tricep development is nice to have not only for the posing platform, but for everyday appearance as well. Let's face it, most of our time is spent in a relaxed, arms at our side position. In this position, it's a well-developed tricep that gives the arm an impressive look. Understanding which exercises are best for stimulating full tricep development requires a knowledge of the anatomy and function of the muscle. The word tricep derives from the Latin. It means three heads. The triceps has an inner, outer, and middle head. The primary function of the triceps is to straighten the arm. The secondary function is to bring the upper arm into the body. The most productive exercises for the tricep, therefore, are those that provide resistance as the muscle performs these two functions. The two conventional equipment exercises which come closest to being full-range tricep movements are the press down on a lat machine and the parallel bar dip. Although other exercises can be performed, these two should constitute the core of your tricep routine. Many people ask, in what order should one train the respective body parts? A rule of thumb is always train your largest muscle groups first, since they demand more energy and obviously you have more energy at the start of your workout. It's especially important that you always train your biceps and triceps after working the muscles of the torso. The triceps, for example, is involved in many of the pressing movements used in training the delts and the pecs. So always train triceps after delts and pecs. Why limit the weight and intensity of your delt and pec training by fatiguing and weakening the triceps first? Since the triceps receive so much direct stimulation from pressing movements, you should also be sure to limit the number of sets of tricep work, doing no more than 5 sets twice a week. I usually train my triceps on Monday and Thursday after completing my chest and delt work. Every rep of every set I perform for my triceps, or for any other muscle for that matter, is done deliberately and under full control. Starting the exercise with a sudden jerk and continuing rapidly to completion applies resistance only at the start and end of the movement. Yanking and jerking weights out of the starting or extended position is also traumatic to the joints and connective tissue. By initiating all movements deliberately and under full control, resistance is applied evenly through the full range of motion. This results in more balanced development of the muscle and reduces the chance of injury. I also emphasize the lowering phase of each rep. This not only ensures control, but it makes the exercise much more effective. Many exercise physiologists believe that negative work, i.e. lowering the weights, is the most productive part of the rep. Exercises 1. Press down. This exercise is very valuable because it requires that the triceps perform both of its functions, straightening the arms and keeping the upper arm close to the body. Do the exercise with your hands held shoulder width apart or slightly closer and the elbows perfectly stationary at your sides. Do not allow your elbows to travel away from your sides. If the elbows go out wide, your pecs and lats come into play. Begin the movement deliberately from the extended position and continue by straightening the arms until the elbows are fully locked. When the arms are in the locked position, make an effort to pull the bar as close to your body as possible. Pause momentarily in the position and then lower the weight slowly and under full muscular control. After I've done 6 to 8 reps in this fashion, my partner will help me force out 2 or 3 more reps in which I exaggerate the reverse gravity portion even more, taking up to 4 seconds to lower the weight. Then, taking no rest at all, I proceed directly to the next exercise. 2. Dips. After exhausting my triceps in the press downs, I go to the compound exercise such as dips, which allows me to continue working my triceps beyond normal failure by utilizing my frontal delts and pecs. When doing dips for the triceps, be sure to keep the elbows tucked in as close to the body as possible. Although I usually perform 6 reps to positive failure, then continue with several forced and negative reps, every third workout or so, I proceed from press downs to dips done in purely negative fashion, i.e. I do no positive reps, raising the body at all. I stand on a bench that allows me to start in the top or peak contracted position. From there, I lower myself very slowly all the way to the bottom. I then stand up on the bench and lower once more. I will do this 5 or 6 times. Performing dips in this fashion, be sure to use a weight that allows you to lower yourself all the way to the bottom under full control. If you find yourself dropping quickly into the bottom position after you reach the halfway point, the weight you're using is too heavy. Occasionally, I will also start a tricep workout with dips so that I can use heavier weights. 3. Barbell or Nautilus extension. For variety, I will often include a set or 2 of either barbell extensions or Nautilus extensions, or maybe a set of each. Perform lying barbell extensions with the head over the edge of the bench so the triceps can achieve greater extension. Keep the elbows tucked in as close as possible and directly over the throat. Lower the bar slowly to the throat. Pause, and with no sudden jerk or thrust, muscle the weight back to the top. Fight the tendency in this exercise to jerk the weights from the extended position when it starts to feel very heavy around the 5th or 6th rep. The joints and tendons in the extended position are particularly vulnerable, and such a sudden thrust could result in tendonitis or even a tear. Again, I will perform 6 to 8 reps plus 1 or 2 forced reps, and once a week I will include negatives. Tricep routine. Here, therefore, is the tricep routine I recommend. 1. Tricep press downs supersetted with 2 parallel bar dips, 1 or 2 supersets of 6 to 8 reps plus 2 forced reps. Once a week or so, add negatives. 3. Barbell extensions, lying down, 1 or 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps. 4. Nautilus extensions, 1 or 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Let me point out that above is merely a suggested routine. Feel free to vary it if you wish. In some workouts, you might want to start with heavy dips after a good warm-up, then do a superset of press downs and dips. On other occasions, you might substitute the lying barbell extension or Nautilus extension for the tricep press downs. There are many ways of mixing up the routine for variety. Beginners need not perform the forced and negative reps for at least the first 3 to 6 months. Going to positive failure, where they can no longer raise the weight, should provide enough stimulus for their relatively untrained muscles. But after 6 to 12 months, they should add the forced reps and negative reverse gravity movements since their muscles will require more intensity to grow. No one, and that includes advanced bodybuilders, should do negatives and forced reps every workout. Do the negatives every second or third workout, but always go to positive failure.